there, it's Anonymous Tea, where we spill the tea anonymously. Hello, 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 everyone. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day today, sending good vibes, sending positivity, sending blessings, and good energy to each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Today, we're talking love and marathons. Well, y'all know y'all here. Happy Sunday. Anything I say is alleged in my very, 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 very personal opinion. This is for entertainment purposes only. None of this is ever personal. None of this is ever personal. None of this is ever personal. The Copyright Act of 1976 is in the description. So I wanted to revisit some things. You know, we're near the 24-hour mark since the interview that Martel and his concubine did with the alleged side chick of Marceau, and everybody has come out the woodworks, you guys. Everyone has come out the woodworks, and it brought me back to revisit this other picture that Martel's side chick had posted, right? So remember a couple reunions back, and the question was, you know, whether or not Maurice had been out with the fellas and everything else on all these guys' adventures, and if they had met Martel's side dish and all the things, and he said no, 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 no. And then that is when So then Martel, you know, he goes back to the side chick because, you know, Martel doesn't like whenever his sexcapades are into question. That's the one thing that he wants people to know, that he is the biggest HOE, the biggest 304 in around, in Huntsville, in Atlanta, and everywhere. And told the side chick, hey, drop that picture of us that you took when we were all in ATL and all the things, right? Since Maurice said he wasn't there, and then she posted this picture of Maurice. But the reason I'm bringing it back up, you guys, is because we need to discuss the woman that is behind Marceau in the photo, right? Now, we can argue whether or not if it is this alleged woman. I don't really know if it is. I don't really necessarily think it is. I would need to see a clearer picture of the alleged person that is behind Marceau. Obviously, we know at least this particular woman in the photo is not entertaining Martel. We do know that because obviously, you know, the side chick wants claims to Martel for whatever reason. For the 10 plus years that she has been entertaining him, she desperately wants to be the main girl in any capacity. I mean, the main side chick of it all, right? But I'm bringing this up because here's the thing, right? People are going to go back and forth on whether or not they believe the alleged woman from last night, right? I still feel like this was a warning shot. I feel like this was a setup of sorts for multiple reasons. I know there's some theories out there on whether or not this was an audition for Martel basically to play his last set of cards and say, listen, there is a need, there is demand for my side chick to be on this show. I'm not seeing it, but I am seeing an angle where the storyline of any alleged mistress of Marceau can go full steam ahead. And this is the danger that I keep saying of Carlos King and the Scots thinking that they're ready for prime time and pushing them to the forefront, that this is going to be a huge mistake. Because now here's going to be the situation at hand is Martel is going to engineer any alleged, whether it is true or not, association of any of these women, or potentially women that even he dealt with, that they can basically pay them to say on camera via the side chick's YouTube that they hooked up with Marceau too. And, you know, as you know, we said, Maurice is all even catching a stray in all this. And he currently doesn't have any beef with Martel. Martel's main beef is with the Scots 1.0, not 2.0. But nonetheless, Maurice still caught a stray anyways. And Micah caught a stray as well. So it's interesting to see where this is going to go. And I'm going to be shocked if Carlos King acknowledges this tomorrow on Mr. Mondays. I am going to be shocked if he says anything about this, because he has made it a point to make sure that Mel and Tel are nowhere to be found on Mr. Mondays, on Messy Mondays with Dr. Heavenly. No guest of either party has been on there at all. which I find very interesting, right? Now, it is possible they were offered, like Mel has said, that she had been contacted prior to by Dr. Heavenly to do interviews and she flat out just turned her down. That is a possibility that maybe they were offered and they said no. But we know Martell is not turning down the opening of an envelope, you guys. So, nonetheless, it'll be interesting to see. But I'm saying all this to say, I still don't see a situation where the side chick ends up on this show. Because she's too much of a liability and she's too unhinged. She is just as chaotic as Martell. And the thing is that basically her role, because here's the thing, there's a no contact order right now in place, right? So you can't go on the show and think you're going to be bashing Mel via Martell when the contact order just got escalated to say you can't do any indirect or direct contact of any sort or any reference of any sort, right? So, nonetheless, the sole purpose of bringing on the side chick at this point would for her to basically be the go-between in engineering all of these alleged trysts and alleged 20 women and everything else that Martell supposedly has all the tea on, all the intel on, and potentially also allegedly hooked up with these women too, to put all of that business out there. And so, you know, I know Tisha's mom has since come out and has said that she's not buying any of this and that the girl couldn't get her stories together and all this and that. But she also said as well that she hasn't heard from her son-in-law, right? And like I said, the action, really it doesn't matter, you guys, who believes what. Who believes or doesn't believe. What is going to be poignant is going to be the reaction or non-reaction from Marceau and Tisha. That is what the eyeballs need to be on. You can send out Tisha's mom all you want to do damage control and say all these things. But nonetheless, the real response or non-response is going to come directly from Tisha and Marceau and how they are going to move moving forward. That is going to be the key in all of this. That is going to be where we are going to revisit this and be like, listen, if there is no legal action taken, if they're going to be like, hey, we're going to take the high road, we're going to film Scott Manor 24/7, we are going to be out in the trenches in the blistering cold at 3 a.m. without any hard hats on, and we're just going to be filming away for the gram, and we're going to put up a united front in the middle of the night in pitch black darkness, you guys, trying to build a mansion, you guys. Like, I can't. I cannot. I cannot. Don't you need to see what's happening? Don't you need to see what you are doing? Which is why most construction projects are during business hours during the day. The only reason you should be working at nighttime on a home is if the home has the actual frame up and you are working inside on the electrical and all of the other things to get the inside of the house together, to get the drywall together, to get all the things, to do some painting, all of the things, you guys. Like I cannot. But this is going to be the angle, you guys. They're going to try to distract you. We already see Letitia is back to posting her kids' line, her kids' hair care line stuff and her stories and all the things. And Marceau, like I said, did 2 lives the other day, really trying to show the progress of the last 6 years of finally having the foundation poured down in the middle of the night, you guys, and all the things. So it is going to be interesting. But I'm going to circle back to this picture and this interview depending on how this response goes, right? Because obviously the angle is going to be from the people who like the Scotts and support Tisha's mom is they're going to debunk all of this and say it's all fake news, right? They're going to say it's all fake news, it's all a lie, but you guys are the same people who believe the alleged rumor about Mel and her bodyguard. You guys believe anything that Martell has ever said about Mel, but now all of a sudden Martell is a huge big liar. liar. It can't be both, you guys. It can't be both. Martell can't only be telling the truth when it is to slander Mel because you don't like Mel, but all of a sudden, when he turns on everybody else and decides to burn the house down, now all of a sudden, Martell's the biggest liar. He can't be trusted. He's just bitter. He's just in his feelings and da-da-da-da-da. No. This is the same Martell. Whether he was happy in his marriage or not, whether he was with Mel or not, he still was a bleep hole. He still was doing bleep mess. And y'all did not properly check him. Y'all enabled the madness. Y'all especially enabled him further when everything went haywire with the divorce, with the cheating drama, with the unhinged mistress. Y'all kept egging it on as long as Mel was the person who was the one that suffered. As long as Mel was the one that was getting all of the lashings, y'all didn't care. Now all of a sudden, everybody has a moral high ground all of a sudden. Now all of a sudden, everybody is like, oh, well, this isn't true. This is fake news. Da-da-da-da-da. Nothing to see here. If you blinked, you missed it. Although, you guys are subscribing to the mistress. And you guys are continuing. I think it's near, 20,000 views? So, you guys are falling for the trap. You guys are entertaining the madness. You guys are feeding into the foolishness, whether you believe it or not. And that's the thing. We have been in the fake news era for quite some time, you guys. And here's the thing. It's not about whether it's true or not. The thing is, you guys keep clicking the button to watch it. So, therefore, you're clicking the button to watch it, you are all reacting to it, and you are giving it life. You're giving it energy. You're giving it attention, which is ultimately what Martell and the side chick want, right? But it can't be both. You can't sit here and call Martell a liar and call, everybody, all these things that they don't believe it, ship out Tisha's mom to do her live and all these things and try to debunk things and try to set the record straight, even though she's not been in contact with anybody from the family since this interview and everything else. But nonetheless, you're still tuning in. You're still watching. So, that is giving them enough fuel to the fire to say, hey, we can do this again. We can go get another side chick. We can get somebody else that allegedly was having sex on the floor with no furniture, with nothing there at credit one. We can get somebody, whoever this person is, in the Atlanta photo. Whoever this person is that, as Martell's side chick calls it, a linebacker. We can try to find out who that person is and have them do a sit down, again, in the empty model home, you guys, with no furniture and nothing else, and give this tea. But nonetheless, you guys, something has to give. But this is what everybody wants. This is what Carlos King wants, whether he's done with Martell or not. He wants this show to be about cheating. And who isn't a side chick, which is why I don't understand why the Scots 1.0 and the Scots 2.0 didn't take a stand. They were so glad that Carlos King finally was giving them some attention, was finally kicking a little bit of game to them, because he's mad at, Mel and Tal. That they didn't see the bigger picture, that you guys being in the forefront was going to mean nothing but cheating scandals galore. And that if you thought the stuff with Mel and Tal was overkill, you guys are about to get it 100 times worse. And y'all just sat there and thought that you guys were going to be the new anchors of the show, not realizing who the real puppet masters are, who is still really pulling the strings. This is still being engineered by Martell. The same Martell you guys are trying to kick off the show is the same Martell you guys allowed to go viral yesterday. You guys, he went viral of just even the teaser clip of the low budget interview, and then went viral again with the actual interview itself, even though he tried to use his side chick to, engineer the stuff, but she turned it into, what were you saying about me to your wife at the time? Or what were you doing with the guys' trips? Were you with other women when you were supposed to be with me? Were you faithful to me, even though you're unfaithful to your wife, to be with me, and I knew you had a wife from the jump and continued to entertain you for several years. No. There's no winners in this. Except for Martell's going to see this as a win. he's going to see this as an opportunity to go full steam ahead against the Scotts. So it is going to be interesting if whether or not the Scotts take legal action. And again, where is the renewal for the show? We know the show resumes filming in January, but again, the way that they break up the seasons, we don't know what season we truly are on, and potentially the filming is, we can argue, is a continuation of the part of the season that's airing now. So lots of moving parts to react to, you guys. But like I said, we're near 24 hours since this interview has dropped. I want to know what you guys think now. Now that you guys have had some time to digest it, you've seen a lot of things that have gone viral. I'm sure you guys have probably tuned in to see what the people are saying. I'm sure some of you guys have probably checked to see what is going on with the Scotts. Have the Scotts said anything? I know some of you guys have probably saw what Letitia's mom had to say. What say you, and what say you about this photo, you guys? Let me know in the comments. So there is that. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post new content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.